Well, we're on a bit of a venture this morning. I just got done crossing the creek and I made it pretty much dry. The plan today is we were up here a while back and I was shooting some drone footage, and from the drone footage there's a chunk of bedrock over on the other side of the river from where we were working that looked pretty good from the drone. And so I thought, what the heck, let's cross the creek, do a little metal detecting on this hillside over here and just see what we come up with. And we got Jeff with us today. He's downstream here a bit. He's already metal detecting because he didn't take his boots off. He just walked across the creek, so I'm a little behind, but I got dry feet. All right, get my boots on. We'll go do some scouting. Now you can see from the drone footage that the river makes a sharp bend here, and we're on the wrong side of the river. There's a nice huge gravel bar on the other side, and typical situation, the majority of your gold is going to be on that side. But over the years I've found situations like this where you have the flood water hitting the bank really hard, and what will happen is the gold will not so much be washed up there. What happens is the gold will be on the bottom, down in between the boulders and under the boulders. Well, the big boulders coming down the creek will hit the gravel, and it will shove the gravel right up that bank until it gets up to where the water can wash it off. And it will deposit gold along in the crevices and any catch it can get in. Now, you won't find a lot of fine gold because it will just keep going. It doesn't get down on the bottom during a flood. So hopefully we can pick up a few nuggets with the metal detector. That's the plan anyway, so here's hoping. Well, looks like we're gonna be at a disadvantage today. Went to hook up the headphones on the metal detector. That thing is dead. I charged it last night and it's dead, so I'm assuming the battery's junk. Now this is only a year old, and for what I paid for this, it should not be dead. And you know, I don't like bad-mouthing a product, but I'm here to tell you, so far my lab, the metal detectors, unbelievable. Their headphones, junk. This is very rapidly falling into the junk category. I've got the adapter on order, but I haven't got it yet, so when that comes, this is going in the trash, and we're going old school with just a regular quarry. All right, well, I'm gonna grab the detector and see if I can even hear it with the river going on. Well, I just tried it out, and if we stay next to the river, we're gonna have to be ounce nuggets or bigger. I can barely hear this thing. So I'm gonna kind of work up on the bank a little bit, get away from the river as much as I can, which is really gonna put us at a disadvantage. But that's what we got to work with, so we'll do the best we can with it. Okay, this spot I'm at, I've been metal detecting for quite a while, and I haven't got a single target. But I finally made it to the area I wanted to look at. This is right in line with the river. This is going to be getting hit by the main flow. It's going to wash way up on the bank and sweep everything off this way. Now right here, I've got my first target. It's hard to hear, but the light target right there. All right, well, I'm gonna dig her up. Well, I got the target dug out, and it's in the pan. It was a nice little crevice here, so here's hoping. Take down the creek and pan it out. Well, I got that panned out, and I'm not sure what I got. It's not magnetic. I'm calling it a gold nugget just because Jeff doesn't have one yet. But if we're gonna have to take it home and dump a little acid on it to find out, let me show you. That's one side. And there's the other side, and I'm not sure what it is, but I'm calling it a nugget. Well, since we got a target here, I think I'll move a few rocks, clean this area up a little bit, and see if we can locate another one. Well, we got us another real faint target right in here, so we'll see what we got there. Well, I got that cleaned out, and the gravel looked pretty good to me. Now, Jeff just came up with a piece of gold, or at least he calls it a piece of gold.
It's a whopper.
And most people would throw that back so it could grow up. So I'll be right back. I'll show you what a real piece of gold looks like.
I don't see that piece of gold you were talking about.
I think I might have messed up. I think this crevice was probably Jeff's because my target turned out to be the piece of wire and no gold.
I got gold.
Okay, moving on.
I got gold. Did I tell you guys that I had gold? I had gold. Gold.
Well, it just went down. There's a patch right here. It's got quite a few blackberries, like this one that's stuck to the side of my head. Bad news is the berries aren't ripe yet. But I've got a spot down in here. I'm not going to be able to film it because there's no place to put the camera. But I got like 3 good targets down there. So I'm going to go down there, dig those out, and hopefully I'll be back with some gold. Well, I'm here to tell you that's a hard place to work because it's full of berry vines. But I did manage to find an old ox shoe, a couple of old nails, pretty gravel encrusted, and I picked up several pieces of gold, but one nice one. Let me show you. It's a nice little chunker. I got 3 or 4 other pieces, but they all went up the snuffer bottle. So, well, I'm gonna try to move everything downstream a little bit. I got that place worked out. I have no more targets there. But there's some decent looking bedrock just a little bit downstream, and I should be able to get the camera in there. So let's move on down there. Well, getting everything over this spot was no easy task. Everything is old. I guess this area doesn't get a lot of sun because it's all covered with moss and everything is wet and slippery as can be. But I got a target right here. See if you can hear it. Sounds pretty good to me, so let's dig that up, see what we got. What to do first off is see if we can pull some of this moss and everything back so we can get an idea of what the bedrock is doing. But it's definitely down in this crevice. And we've got quite a bit of roots in here, so we're going to have to dump everything in the pan. Okay, let's check now we got everything off the top. Let's check and see if we moved anything. Well, we haven't moved it, so keep digging. What I think I'm going to do now is take all this stuff we got here, the roots and everything, we'll wash this off, then we'll go back to digging now that we got most of that off the top. I'm just curious to see what kind of fine gold's in this. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but not so much as a speck in that stuff on top. Okay, let's get down there and see if we can find our target. Well, we got this dug down part of the way. And we got a target in the pan. It sounds like we still got a target in the hole. So we're gonna pan this out and then we'll come back and check the hole. All right, I'll be right back. Well, our target turned out to be a real small piece of iron, but we did get a couple little pieces of gold. I don't know if you can see those in there. Okay, well, I'm gonna snuff these up and then we'll finish tearing that hole apart, see if we can find that next target. All right, let's check, see if we got it. Yep, that's our tools. Okay. Yep, that was our tools. Now I'm getting my leg. Ah. Well, sounds like it's in the pan. Well, here's the question for today. How come when you find a piece of gold, you only find one? But when you find a piece of wire, you find two. No gold, just another piece of wire, small piece of iron. Okay, well, I think at this point, I'm gonna go get some lunch and then we'll get right back at it. We're back from lunch and we decided to come over on the inside. Where I'm sitting here, you can look at the gravel, and I don't know how well it shows on the video, but to me, it's real obvious that this is the pay streak through here. Problem is, it's just gravel. Now, I did find a spot, my feet are on bedrock. So I'm gonna see if I can move some of this gravel, expose some bedrock. Now Jeff's right below the camera. He found some bedrock and he's got the bar and digging it out. Now he's running the metal detector. I can't run the metal detector because the river is just too noisy. Without headphones, I can't hear it at all. So it's pretty much a waste of time for me to try to run it. So we're going old school on this. We're just gonna dig, try to follow the gravel, see if we can get into some nice gold. Okay, well, I'm gonna start hucking some rocks. Right here at my feet, this is bedrock, and this right here is bedrock. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to pull some of this gravel and see if we can find any kind of a catch on this bedrock at all. Even the small gravel we're pulling out of here is really heavy gravel. So the gravel looks really good to me in here. Now what I'm doing here, we've got quite a bit of bedrock exposed. There's a low spot right here. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling this gravel out and then I kind of just use this area to wash it and get rid of all the stuff on the top. And if we got any gold, hopefully it's settling out down to the bedrock. And then after I process a bunch of this gravel, then I'll reroute this water, hopefully dry this out, clean it all off, and we'll pan it. And who knows, might be some gold in it. Got it down to where most all that gravel out of there, and I could see a few pieces on the bedrock. Chuck those up with the snuffer bottle, but then clean it out there's just a little crack here. And I was cleaning that out, and out popped this little nugget. Let me show you the nugget. Here's that piece. Nice chunky little piece. Right across the bedrock here we had a little crack, and that came out of like right in there, in that little crack. Problem is, it's dropping off in the deep water there and went off into the water here. And it's basically no way to get the gold out of there. Now if I'd brought my crevice sucker with me, then we could have worked some of these low spots and pulled the gold out. But getting late, we got about 10 minutes and the sun's gonna go behind the hill, so I'm gonna wander down. Let's go see how Jeff is doing. Now Jeff, he's working a chunk of bedrock here. Okay, this is the bedrock that Jeff's been uncovering and working. So on the spot reporter here, so how you doing?
I'm tired.
How much gold?
I need more gold. Always need more gold.
I think Jeff's got himself kind of boulder bound here. That's one. I'm pretty much as far as I can go on this one. So what I think I'm going to do at this point, I'm going to gather up all my stuff, get it all packed up, ready to go. I think I'm going to head down there and help Jeff, see if we can move a few of those rocks. If we find anything cool, I'll turn the camera back on. If not, I'll see you back at the house. Back at the house, and been a couple of days. Okay, well, I got that gold all cleaned up, so let's jump over there and see how we did. And here we have Jeff's gold. 0.25 grams. Woohoo! Let's try our nugget first. 1.08. Other little nugget is 0.88. We have 2.08, and then we'll add the fines. And we ended up with 2.28 grams for the day. Bit over 2 grams? Well, it looks like I'm still in the 2-gram rut. And I guess I could have worse problems. Well, I gotta get out of here because my shop has a leak in the roof. So today's project is to fix that roof leak. So you guys have a wonderful day. I'm out of here, and I'll see you in the next video.